Hey, Cousin Kenny here again to talk about some loose action figures. I've got a backlog of unboxing stuff, but I kind of felt motivated to make a little bit of a different video. So I'm going to do a little bit of a collection feature where I'm just going to kind of go through some of this awesome Ninja Force Zartan collection, show off what I got, maybe give a little bit of backstory. Should be pretty fun. Ninja Force being the early 90s, I think it was 93, 94 sub-team of the G.I. Joe line. The original figure, which you can see versions of sort of everywhere, was one of my favorite action figures when I was a kid. It I don't know why it spoke to my kid brain. Something about the orange mohawk and the green pants and the purple boots and the biker aesthetic, and the whole thing just really spoke to me. I didn't know much about Zartan. I had some hand-me-down Joes, and then I had a decent amount of early 90s stuff, the Mudbuster, the Ghost Striker, amongst some others. And, you know, this was a figure that was involved in every battle, you know, with every mixed and matched toy line. It just always kind of spoke to me. And then he was lost to puberty, right? He just, a lot of us grow up and out of toys, got away from it, and sort of moved on. And I was doing G.I. Joe shows with my cousin, and you start piecing your history together, like, oh, you know, I had this guy, I had this guy, I had this vehicle, and then I got to talking about how this was one of my favorite figures, and it sort of took on a life of its own. It kind of became this is a widely hated figure across the fandom, and this is your favorite G.I. Joe. It's totally ridiculous. I actually did a costume in 2012 at the JoeCon in New Orleans. But yeah, Zartan himself has had a myriad of different versions. I don't even actually have an American release vintage Zartan. I've got that guy hiding back there. I've got that awesome Sigma 6 guy. And I actually really like this design too. But that's a sidebar. So that character only had that one American release, that classic pink card back, good stuff, right? Well, you can't make a collection on one figure, can you? Well, you can when your friends are insane. So I'm gonna go through some of the custom stuff. Hypno Shield stuck orange mohawks to one of his cast projects. He cast the orange mohawk and made it for me in a bunch of different colors. I am slowly going through and replacing mohawks. This is my most recent pickup right here, the Farmer Tan Zartan, picked up at this last Joe Fest from my friend Pat. I've got, obviously my cousin Roma Collectibles is a mad scientist, so I have a custom sideshow piece from him. I have a custom using boss fight bodies and some vintage accessories, the vintage mohawk. He did a custom classified scale version, custom Mythic Legion, Ninja Force Zartan. Really leaning into it. And of course I have the club version, which is a modern figure. I think it came out at the last JoeCon. He came with this motorcycle. He's pretty good. I have a prototype of the club figure that was gifted to me by a friend. I have this, oh yeah, Aaron at Roma Collectibles made these too. They're Burger King toys from a character from, it's actually that guy, from The Mask. But we got a sweet patch a buddy of mine made. There's a couple 3D prints, classified scale, Ninja Force Swamp Skier, Ninja Force Snake Armor. This not minifigure. That's awesome. There used to be a Zartan hanging out in that sweet Destro chair, also printed by, I think they go by Gentleman Craftworks. My buddy Ryan, he's good at making shirts. But I pulled the figure off of that to give to my toddler. So my toddler now has his own Ninja Force Zartan. Hypno Shield, cast that Ravage in orange. So Zartan, and that skull chair, actually. These were early pieces in my collection. Rhino Boss Fight Pony. This is Crimson Guard Immortal. Kevin Watts did some fun customs over the years that I've picked up. Oh yeah, the Roma Collectibles Funko Pop hiding there. I have an Eco Warriors tank in here. Half because I needed an excuse to put some nuts, but also because it's bright and orange. This is yellow, but it's close enough to the green that I let him hide out in there. So this was a gentleman on Facebook was selling those as stealth Ninja Force Zartan. I don't remember who it was, unfortunately. My buddy Blaze got me that, and then my friend James got me this sweet, it's like burnt into the wood, I think. It's very fun. I ran out of room, unfortunately. And then, you know, I showed this off a little bit earlier. This is my, again, hard to have a collection based around a single figure, right? Two figures technically, because there are two production figures. So between working at the toy department and having a ton of crazy friends in the toy world, I have now started collecting, not now, like it's recent, but I now have a collection of other orange mohawked figures. So thanks for checking it out. I hope this was interesting or entertaining. If you can think of other orange mohawk characters that I'm missing out on, feel free to let me know in the comments.